Kenya verdict and what should be expected in Nnamdi Kanu's upcoming case. The Kenyan High Court's ruling from June 24, 2025, has created quite a stir by declaring Nnamdi Kanu's 2021 arrest and extraordinary rendition from Kenya to Nigeria illegal and unconstitutional. The court cited serious violations of his fundamental rights under both Kenyan law and international standards. Justice E.C. Mwita awarded Kanu 10 million Kenyan shillings, around 120 million naira, in damages and condemned the actions of both the Kenyan and Nigerian governments for the illegal abduction, torture, and deprivation of basic needs that Kanu faced during his time in detention. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, celebrated this decision as a judicial earthquake, claiming it undermines the legitimacy of Kanu's trial currently underway in Nigeria. As for the implications of this ruling on Kanu's upcoming verdict, the leader of the IPOB is facing serious charges of terrorism and treason in Nigeria's Federal High Court in Abuja, overseen by Justice James Omotosho. The Kenyan ruling has sparked considerable debate and might impact Kanu's case in a few significant ways. Legal challenges to jurisdiction. The IPOB and Kanu's legal team are arguing that the illegal nature of his rendition undermines the jurisdiction for his trial. They are urging Justice Omotosho to take into account the implications of the Kenyan ruling, potentially leveraging it during a no-case submission, which Kanu's lawyers intended to pursue. A previous ruling by the Nigerian Court of Appeal in October 2022 had dismissed Kanu's case due to improper extradition, but this decision was later overturned by the Supreme Court, allowing the trial to proceed. Now, the Kenyan verdict may bolster the argument for dismissal. Pressure for political resolution. Organizations such as Ohanaeze Ndigbo and the All Igbo Youth Forum are calling on President Bola Tinubu to release Kanu, highlighting the Kenyan ruling as a moral and legal obligation. They assert that his nearly 4-year detention amounts to a gross violation of human rights. Peter Obi, a notable political figure, has also pushed for dialogue, asserting that Kanu's continued incarceration does not make sense. However, the Nigerian presidency maintains that the trial must continue without interference. Public and international sentiment. The ruling from Kenya has energized Kanu's supporters, sparking celebrations in Umuahia, along with renewed calls for his release. On the international stage, the verdict highlights Nigeria's commitment to the rule of law, which could lead to increased diplomatic scrutiny. IPOB's attorney, Barrister Onyedikachi Ifedi, has pointed to the Terrorism Act of 2022, implying that Nigerian officials involved in Kanu's rendition may face legal repercussions, making the situation even more complex. Trial developments. The prosecution wrapped up its case in June 2025, introducing evidence including videos and audio recordings that allegedly depict Kanu inciting violence. Kanu's defense managed to secure a trial within trial on May 29, 2025, resulting in the court dismissing certain evidence from the DSS, oral, written, and video statements that was secured under duress. This dismissal could potentially weaken the prosecution's position, but serious charges linger, including allegations that Kanu instructed killings. What to expect? Legal outcome. The Kenyan ruling bolsters Kanu's defense, particularly regarding a no-case submission. If Justice Omotosho recognizes the illegality of Kanu's rendition, there is a chance the case could be thrown out, though previous rulings from the Supreme Court might complicate this. Alternatively, the trial may carry on, concentrating on the terrorism charges, with the ultimate decision resting on the acceptance of the remaining evidence. Political dynamics. President Tinubu is under pressure to find a political resolution to this case, especially from Igbo leaders and Kanu's advocates. Nonetheless, the government's current position implies a dedication to judicial independence, making a political release unlikely unless public or international pressures escalate. Social impact. A protracted trial or a conviction could heighten tensions in Nigeria's southeast, where IPOB maintains strong influence. On the other hand, Kanu's release might be perceived as a move toward alleviating regional tensions. Conclusion. While the Kenyan verdict strengthens Kanu's case by calling into question the legality of his detention, Nigeria's judicial and governmental institutions seem determined to pursue the trial. The forthcoming verdict will likely issue based on how the court weighs the Kenyan ruling against the evidence presented by the prosecution. Anticipate ongoing legal skirmishes, public demonstrations, and demands for a political resolution, with no definitive timeline for resolution as of July 14, 2025. For real-time updates, keep an eye on Family Writers Press international platforms for court proceedings, as the situation could evolve swiftly.